Hello and good evening. I don't think anybody is here. Hello, I'm sorry we did not make an announcement of this program. Um, I have been rather busy today, but it looks like there is nobody here. So I'm talking to an empty room other than Louise Lewis. Welcome to you, Louise. You are a new name on our list as far as I'm aware. And hello to Melissa Neal, who is a regular. But Louise, you are the first to come in. Thank you to Louise. Very kind of you to join us. Paulie and CJ and Geraldine Jones. Hello to you all. Barbara Alsop. I think that's a new name to me also. And Doreen. Laney, you're an old name, but you're a lovely welcome back name. And Julie Clark and Ali Mitchell, Ramafrog, and Rue. Anyway, Louise is celebrating with a cocktail, so we say cheers to you. We have the lovely Finn here. Finn will say hello.
Cheers to you.
Say cheers, Finn, to our new arrival, Louise Lewis. And say cheers to Paulie and Richard and Joe and Jack and CJ and Kaz and all the rest of them. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us. So, here we are yet again. I've had a day out on the Loopy Loop bus that went to Ramsgate with my friend Max, who many of you know from our gin drinking episodes where we've drunk rather too much gin. But no, today we just went on a little shopping jaunt to Ramsgate on this Loopy Loop bus, which is quite an experience. So there we go. Ramsgate is a beautiful town that could really do with doing better, because it's so sad, because it's got beautiful buildings, but half of them are derelict. And it is very, very upsetting to see a lovely town centre with no business going on. And this is typical in Britain, and this is because of the internet generation. We have lost the art of having a high street in towns, and this is something that I feel very, very sad about, because we should have the butcher and the baker and the candlestick maker. They should all be there in a town, and I don't think any town has any of these things left. The King's Road in Chelsea, it's a disaster. It's just full of chain shops. The place is dying out. Everything is dying out. Retail, the Conran shop, Stone Avenue, closed down. A beautiful shop where I used to go and buy gifts at Christmas for people. It's so, so sad to see the high street dead. Even the Argos store in this Ramsgate had closed down. Not that I want to go to Argos, but honestly, there isn't anything left. And the WH Smith, it said 50% off sale, closing down. It literally is like board up Britain. This is not what we should be doing. And Rishi Sunak, where are you? Come on, let's be having you. Give discount on rates. Make the local councils halve the rates. Let's encourage people back onto the high street. Here in Broadstairs, we have one place you can go and buy meat. It's overpriced. It's terrible. It's not for me. I don't like the shop. But the place that was wonderful got forced out of business. It went bankrupt, and that was the end of that. And it's such a shame. There isn't even a cheese shop here anymore. There was a cheese shop when I first came to live here. This is the time of year when people would go to such places and they would buy lots of wonderful food and support local businesses. But how can we support local businesses when there aren't any local businesses to support? And I'm talking about Chelsea as much as I'm talking about Broadstairs and Ramsgate. But this place, Ramsgate, I don't think there's much left in this place. It is literally like the hellhole of Calcutta in terms of what it's got left. The place is dying on its feet. It is it's terrible. It has beautiful buildings. It could have so much potential. You know, other towns and cities do well. This place is not being funded properly. So Craig McKinley, Conservative MP for the area, come on, why don't you man up, grow up and show up and do something for your local community that you claim to represent? I know you've been ill, and that's your latest excuse, but come on, go and do something for the poor people who live in that town. That town has great potential, but it looks like the hellhole of Calcutta. It is dirty and it's messy, and it's all these buildings are falling apart. I think it's so sad to see. Yet in the harbour area, there is a bar. I went to this bar with the famous Min, who you all know, and it cost £40 for a glass of wine and a gin and tonic. And frankly, that is utterly ludicrous. I can go to Claridge's and have a drink for less. So that's the stupidity of the place. This place is bonkers, this Ramsgate. It doesn't add up. You know, you've got one place called the Little Ships where it costs £40 for a gin and tonic and a glass of wine, and you've got Weatherspoons next door. That does not make sense. And when you've got all these empty shops and boarded up properties, it's an absolute shame. It's terrible. So that is my feeling on the urban place called Ramsgate. Now, I hope that Craig McKinley, you will pay attention, because Mr. McKinley, you don't pay attention very much to much else, do you? You know, with my driving license, you didn't do much to help me there. You said, oh, well, you can pay a fee and you can get it for a bit more. Thank you, Mr. McKinley. You are not a very useful MP. I do hope that the next election that someone comes along and wipes you out, because you are absolutely useless. I have never seen Mr. McKinley even attend the local hostelries in Broadstairs. He has never been seen by any of my friends. So the Conservative MP is as much use as a chocolate teapot. Thank you very much, Mr. McKinley. You are the weakest link, and I hope we soon say goodbye to you. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. But I have to, I really was disappointed. But there we go. So anyway, we'll move along to another disappointing thing. Today I've had a load of abuse from a man called Cor Keyser. Now, Cor Keyser has called me an F** idiot and told me that I ought to read up on conservation. Now, some of you will know that I started a petition regarding a woman called Merelize van der Meer. Now, Merelize van der Meer was a very unpleasant woman. I'm going to provide you with my petition now. Please, if you haven't signed this petition, I would like you to sign. The petition has currently been signed by over 47,710 people. I'd like it to reach 50,000 before Christmas. That would be very helpful. So on my petition, I wrote, Merelize van der Meer has 80,600 likes and 97,700 followers on her Facebook page. On her public figure page, this monster shares images of the endangered species she massacres. Amongst them are giraffes, elephants, and leopards. She also shares images and videos of herself covered in blood, of dead children, and her fellow barbarians chopping up such things. Why does Facebook, a supposed site with family values, allow this? Instead, they should do the decent thing, ban her. So I called upon them to ban her. I managed to get her banned from YouTube because she used the music of an artist called Johnny Clegg. And we alerted Johnny Clegg, and he put in a infringement of copyright. So we got her banned off YouTube. We achieved a success. But even with 47,000 people supporting me, the Daily Mirror supported me, we have not managed to get rid of this evil giraffe slayer. Her husband bought her the right to shoot a giraffe for Valentine's Day. This woman is not a woman, she is a monster. She is sick in the head. She is appalling. She's revolting. Why would you want to kill a poor innocent giraffe? What did the giraffe ever do to her? Harriet loves Johnny Clegg. Well, we love giraffes, Harriet. Rue says dreadful woman. William Park says ghastly, ghastly. I agree. Linda says try the Daily Star, they love animals. The Daily Star doesn't have much of a following, but many papers picked up on my petition, hence why I have 47,710 signatures, but we need more. So please sign our petition. We need to get rid of the woman from the internet because her little sidekick, Corkiza, has decided to start targeting me again today. I have no idea. Thank you to Laney, who's just signed the petition. Finn will sign the petition, though he's not very good with email. He will do it because he's in the room here now, and we will set him up an email account if we have to. But we all have to sign this and try and stop this woman. It is time to make this matter come back to the fore because her little sidekick, Corkiza, has decided to start attacking me, saying I should read up on what conservation is. Conservation is, in his mind, killing giraffes, he claims. Now, Corkiza is a very unpleasant, bad person, so we need to go after these people. This is an absolute abomination. We have to support human rights and the rights of conservation of animals that are endangered and should be protected. And giraffes are beautiful, wonderful, kind, lovely things. And why on earth would you want to go and harm such a beautiful creature? This is sick in the head. And this man has written to me today to try and provoke me. He is mental. He is mentally unhinged, and we have to catch him and his little sidekick, Merelize van der Meer. We should also go after the woman called Larissa Switlick. Finn needs another drink. There is more water in. There's more water in the fridge, Finn. Well, just pour yourself water out of the tap. It's easier. Finn is being sensible and having a water. There we go. So, right. So I would like you to please spread the word on this petition. This petition is very, very important to the world. And also our other petition against a woman called Larissa Switlick. Now, Larissa is very, very, very bad. I'm going to give this also, but there is the link to the Merelize van der Meer, but I will give you a petition on Larissa Switlick. Now, Larissa Switlick is in a way far worse because she likes wiping out endangered, even more endangered species. She likes killing animals where there are less than 3 of them left in the world. So here is the link to that petition. Finn should top my glass up, don't worry. It's okay. I've got my bottle next to me. So Finn is not being rude, no. And Finn needs to top up your glass too, says Harriet. Thanks. Finn is doing very well. Christina has just signed and shared. Thank you. Please help us support this. And the next link I have provided, which I've provided twice also, is the one about Larissa Switlick. Now, this is a matter where 21,000 people have signed to support me against Larissa Switlick. And I said of her, Animal Massacre, Larissa Switlick has a blue tick on Instagram, in spite of the fact she has posted pictures of herself with the bodies of endangered species she has killed, such as mountain goats and Coke's hartebeests. She posts these images to Instagram. Has bragged, number 2, about shooting a sheep in England and shoved a sex toy up its bum. She posted this toe-curlingly sick image to the site. 3, associated with other killers of animals, including alligators, peacocks, turkeys, elephants, lions, and leopards, such as Donald Trump's sons, and brags about what they kill. She has no respect for her victims and posts pictures of how she abuses them to Instagram. Larissa Switlick's content is offensive, and her smugness about killing endangered creatures is morally reprehensible. It is unacceptable and should not be posted to a medium where it can be seen by hundreds of millions of people. Larissa Switlick should A, lose the blue tick she never should have been given in the first place by Instagram, and secondly, should be banned from Instagram for posting offensive content. Well, 21,000 people agreed with me. And then when another group of people called the Capreolius Club decided to have parties celebrating killing goats, I started another petition, as many of you know, and I managed to achieve success. So Jason Atherton and Mark's Club, 2 ritzy clubs in London's Mayfair, to event. The first Mark's Club being a club, Berners Tavern was actually a restaurant. I managed to stop them holding their event to celebrate killing goats. These people wanted to celebrate killing goats, so I put a stop to that and I got victory. And it only took me 12 signatures with Mark's Club before Mark's Club's management, the owner, who I have met, Richard Caring, put a stop to this and he banned them from having their event. Jason Atherton, who is a television chef, regular on Saturday Kitchen, he banned them from attending his premises. I achieved a stop on that. I do not like people who abuse animals, and to go around shooting goats and shoving sex toys up their bums is utterly disgusting. And this wicked woman, Larissa Switlick, I have 21,000 signatures against her. I haven't stopped her yet. This woman, Merelize I've got rid of her from the YouTube, but she's still going on Facebook. Facebook, shame on you. Instagram, shame on you. Why do you celebrate abuse of animals, you ridiculous people? You would surely want your lovely young people that use your mediums to celebrate something good, not something bad. Animal abuse is evil. Human abuse is evil. All kinds of abuse is evil. Now, I will not be shutting up. Please sign these petitions. Spread them further. Here is the link to the first one, yet again. Please share it. Please encourage people to sign it. Please spend the money to make it go further, if necessary, if you can afford it. It would be so good to stop these evil abusers. Abusers should never win. But people who go around wiping out endangered species, There's nothing right about that. There's a lot wrong. And people who hang around with Donald Trump's children, that says a lot about them also. They're not nice people. And as for this woman that shot the giraffe, she makes my blood boil. I would like to wipe her out myself, but I won't say anything offensive. I will just say the woman is a wicked, evil piece of toe rag, and she should be wiped off the planet. That is all I need to say about her. The giraffe photo was gross, says Claudia. Yes, I totally agree. I'm very sorry, Claudia, you've seen the picture. I didn't want to see the picture, but the world should see these pictures because we should see how evil humanity can be to animals as well as to people. You know, we see the pictures of the Holocaust and the terrible things that went on there. We see the terrible pictures of what goes on in Gaza, Palestine, Israel. Absolutely appalling, dreadful. If we don't see these things, we can't correct them. We can't hide behind the barrier of, oh, we don't want to look at it, because people don't believe it then. And then the evil people get away with it. We have to expose evil, and we must bring it down, and we must bring out the good force in society. And there are many, many people in the world doing a lot of good. I've had a lovely day today with my friends, and it's been delightful. I spend time with delightful people. And then I have to think about things like this, because this monster wrote to me and tried to defend the giraffe slayer and said that I'm the bad person. I'm not the bad person. I did not pay to go and shoot a giraffe. That is sick. That is a monstrous, evil thing to do. What did that giraffe ever do to that man? It's a shame the giraffe didn't trample him to death, but the giraffe wouldn't do that because the giraffe is kind-hearted. He isn't. That is how we feel. Right, Finn, be careful. No pipes. No pipes. Don't flush anything. No noises. Sorry, Finn likes to make noise when he goes upstairs. I do apologize. Right. So, right. So, we will move along to another topic. I think we've talked enough about that for the moment. My next topic is, let me have a look. Oh, I'm very sorry, he doesn't understand the concept of being quiet. Duchess of York. So Sarah Duchess of York has been on the Lorraine show today. Yet again, the needy and greedy Sarah Duchess of York. I do apologize. I told him not to do it. You all heard. Sarah Duchess of York has been banging on about optimism on the Lorraine show. She is an absolute pain in the arse. The woman is absolutely ridiculous. She's obviously up to something, and she can live off her story of her cancer. I'm sorry she had cancer, but that does not mean that she should be given a free pass. The woman is ridiculous. She said that the girls and I were a tripod together, and the grandchildren also. I'm doing well. I feel the potential for optimism is what I want for everyone to come. Naughty Finn is back. Yes, who likes turning on the pipes. You turned on the pipes.
I just shut off the pipes.
No, you didn't. You turned on the taps.
And I shut them off again.
Yes, he's apologizing for turning on the pipes. And we say hello to Nav. Say hello to Nav, Finn.
Nav, it's just such bloody. It's an amazing pleasure.
He says it's an amazing pleasure, says Finn of Nav. Slinky says, Harriet, have you banned me? Well, if you were banned, you wouldn't be able to comment. So I don't think you've been banned. There we go. Nicole says, well done for washing your hands, Finn. Right.
It's a pleasure.
Can Finn give us a wave? Oh. Right. He wants a wave from Finn. He likes wearing a hat indoors. I've no idea why. That is part of his.
It's my sense of security.
It's his sense of security, he claims. Is there an update on the cards? Bernadette, thank you for your kind comments and a reminder. Finn is being very lazy and he needs to get on with producing the cards. Heidi says, I can spot your Todd shoes. Yes, well, I possess rather a lot of Todd shoes, yes. Is Finn drawing this evening? No. We need him to just print the cards of the magnet so you can have some. Does Finn have a studio? No, but he can draw anywhere. So, no, Mary T, he does not have a studio presently. But like most artists, he's very disorganized and he needs someone like me to give him a big kick up the bum. And that's what he needs to do. He needs to get to work and get on with it, I would say. And we need to have these cards ready within the next, well, before Friday, because it will be too late. Then you could buy them for Christmas. There you go. Nicole says, I spotted the Todd shoes. Ha ha. Well, I do like a Todd shoe. Size 9.5 if you wish to send me some. That'd be very nice. But I need more gin. More gin would be welcome. Always send to the Magnet in Broadstairs. You're very welcome to send the Magnet Studios. Yes, John Lobb shoes. Yes, I like those also. I don't possess a pair of John Lobb shoes, but I do have some other good quality shoes. But I'm not quite in the league of John Lobb at this stage in my life. I can't really afford £5,000 for a pair of shoes at this stage. It's rather an expensive thing to justify. So no, I can't. I'd love a pair of those. Nav says he'll buy me some Yeezys. No, you won't. You won't buy me a bus ticket. And even so, I don't want a pair of Yeezys because I would never wear such things. I do not wear trainers. I have never worn trainers in my entire life. I do not wear trainers, as you know. So please don't bother, Nav. That's pretty ridiculous, but you were only joking anyway because you're not going to buy me a pair of anything. And that's... I'd rather you just turned up and came and had a bottle of gin, brought a bottle of gin. Would be more useful than a pair of your Yeezys. I'm nothing to do with Kanye West or whoever makes such crap. No thanks. I don't want those things. I do not wear flip-flops. No thank you. No, I don't know what a Yeezy is, but I don't want a Yeezy. Please send more gin, and more gin, and not churches or lokes for me, says Harry. There's nothing wrong with those. And no Crocs, no thank you. Don't want those. Sliders, no thank you. That's a type of burger as far as I'm aware. Or a slider with socks, says Melissa. I don't want a slider or a slider. No thank you. I'm not American. Right. No, Barkers make nice shoes. Well, I'm sure they do, but they're not for me. I like Todd's shoes, and I like Tom Ford, and I have lots of Tom Ford shoes. Gucci, yes, I like Gucci shoes. Yes, I have a few of those. I have all sorts of shoes. New and Lingwood are a lovely company, but no, I don't want any other brands may be available, but I don't want them. Thank you for your kind offers. Barkers, no thank you. No thank you to Russell and Bromley, and no to anything else. No, not the Shoe Zone, the winter boot slipper. No thank you. I just... Clarks, no thank you. They're for children. They're very good for children's shoes, according to men. We were looking at them in Paris for children's shoes. Corporate slippers, but they're handmade. Maybe I have other handmade shoes are available. Nav Singh would like to touch base in the morning. He knows that I will never touch base with anybody. I think touching base is like reaching out. It's a horrible phrase that should be consigned to history. Harriet likes Barber wellies. Well, most people who wear Barber wellies wear them on the King's Road, and they look utterly ridiculous. I prefer a Le Chameau pair of Wellington boots, which is a far superior brand. But I do like Helen Barber, the owner of Barber. She is a lovely lady, and I have a Barber coat. I did have several Barber coats, but um, my friends and visitors have stolen several of my Barber coats. Um, but frankly, I like other coats that I have far more, including my Bernard Weatherall coat, which was kind of given to me by the wonderful author of a book about Ghislaine Maxwell, Kirby Summers, which is one of my favorite coats now. And I love everything I have from Bernard Weatherall. Your dog has a Barber coat. Nav would like Nicole to come and visit Broadstairs when he goes to visit Broadstairs. Well, Nav has a habit of not turning up, so we don't know if he will actually arrive. Gemini says, my shoe zone wellies will do. Paulie says, Le Chameau Wellingtons are the best. Well, Paulie, you have good taste. They're very expensive, but we do like them very much, yes. I don't have a pair here at the moment, but in my storage unit, I think I've probably got a pair of those. I should have a pair here, really. My friend who has everything in the storage unit should bring those things to me. A pair of Heelys. I don't know what Heelys is, but I don't want them. Do you want a pair of Winkle pickers? No, I don't. Thank you. Paulie is posh. Okay, right. Right. Here we are. So you really are getting into the matter of clothing. Jack Smith likes loafers. Well, I probably have 30 or 40 pairs of those. So there you go. William Park says, I have foot problems. Maybe I should get classier shoes. Well, it was very interesting. Yesterday on Radio 4, they had a discussion on Woman's Hour about shoes. And I did suggest it would be better to buy Todd's than to buy Clark's. So, yes, we would do that. Bambi has Dubarry boots. Well, they're very popular too. They're very good quality, I believe. Nothing wrong with those. You won't wear tracksuits either, will you, Matthew? Asks Nicole. No, I've never possessed a tracksuit in my life. Do I look like I'm from the council estate? No, I don't. But I like people from council estates. There's lots of lovely people from them. But I'm not like something from Little Britain. No, thank you. You don't like loafers? I divorced one, says Bambi. Oh, well, that's up to you. Right. Another fabulous singer passed away tonight, says Gemini. Well, I've no idea which one it is, so we don't know. We haven't followed the news. So, do you possess a shell suit? Asks someone else. No, I don't possess a shell suit, and do I look like I would want one? Have I got orange Todds? Not at this moment, no. I have red, and I have blue, and I have brown, and I have black, and I have lots of colours, but no, I don't have orange. Oh, someone called Sophie Anderson passed away today. It is not Sophie Anderton, who is the lady I know, who is the model, who is a bit bonkers, but I didn't know this Sophie Anderson. I knew Sophie Anderton. She's a different person, and she's still alive, very much so. She's completely bonkers, but she's still alive. So, Gemini would like to take her old shoes to a charity shop. Well, as long as they're still wearable. Melissa says Jimmy Savile killed the shell suit era. Well, frankly, would you want to go around looking like Jimmy Savile? It's not a great look, is it? No. No, and Nav has come in and said Arthur Sleep shoes are good. Well, I have a pair of Arthur Sleep shoes. They are very expensive. They start at about £800 a pair, and I have a pair of those, and they are rather pleasant. Now we've got someone going on about boxer shorts, trunks, briefs, and thongs. Well, thank you, Sean Hearn, for your observation. I don't know what that's got to do with the price of fish, but there we go. William Parker's given loads of shoes to charity shops when he was moving, but Nicole wants to know what kind of boxer shorts I wear. Well, that's none of your business at this stage in life. So plimsolls have died out, says Angela Byrne. Matthew, overcoats need to bring back when I wear mine in winter. A genuine, I think you mean Crombie, one made in Aberdeen. Yes, I have a lovely overcoat. Yes, it was made for me especially. Yes, lovely thing. Right, Melissa wants to go on about wife runs. No, I think we are getting a little bit personal here. Anyway, we were meant to be talking about Fergie, the Duchess of York, who is an utter disgrace. She is going on this Lorraine show, banging on about herself yet again. Now, I'm very much hoping that she isn't going to be given forgiveness and invited back to Sandringham by the King. The King is a very good person who has been through hell in the last couple of weeks, courtesy of Omid Scooby and the dreadful Meghan Markle and his stupid drip of a son, drippy Prince Harry. Fergie, the disgrace, says Expialidocious. Yes, Fergie should be in the blender and it should be turned on at high speed. Fergie should be banished from the kingdom. Right. Whoever Boxer Boy is, I've utterly no idea. I don't know him. Nav is saying that he likes Supreme boxers. His ex used to steal them from him. Oh, well, Nav, I didn't know you had a boyfriend as well as a girlfriend. That's very... that's news to me. Yeah, your ex-boyfriend stole them from you. That's very curious. Well, I don't think you meant to say that. I think your ex-girlfriend stole them from you? Ex was a she, he says, and he calls me a fool. Oh, well, Nav, you have to learn to write in English. That was a appallingly communicated way of communicating. There we go. Lorraine Kelly wants Fergie as a real connection, says Angela. Well, Lorraine is a lovely lady, and I like Lorraine very much. Fergie needs Lorraine more than Lorraine needs Fergie. So don't try and twist the connection. You are incorrect. And as for the Duchess, the only question that needs to be asked of Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York, or Sarah Duchess of York is the correct title for her, is this. Have you repaid Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York, the loans and other benefits taken from Jeffrey Epstein after he got out of prison for being a convicted paedophile, Sarah? Have you ever repaid the money you took from a known paedophile? And your only comment has been no comment. I say the word comment is superfluous. You have never repaid this money. You took money from a known criminal child abuser. You are an absolutely abhorrent, disgusting woman, and you're shameful, and you're a disgrace. You are the worst advert for why we should have a royal family in this country, because you have brought shame upon the royal family for your reprehensible, rotten behavior. I know victims of Jeffrey Epstein, and you refuse to answer one simple question. And all the money you're making going on all these bloody TV shows, shame on you, Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York. You are as rotten as your rotten husband who paid £12 million allegedly to a victim who he claimed he'd never even met. So why would he pay £12 million to someone he hadn't even met? And you should be ashamed of yourself. So please come after me, Sarah, Duchess of York. You are rotten and you are wrong. Meanwhile, I think Finn is looking for another drink. There is a bottle of wine there. Please just... Finn would like some wine, so... Right. Well, Finn will pour some wine for himself.
This is all.
Right. I don't know why Nav is saying he is a closest family friend. I don't know who...
Oh, God!
Oh, no, please be quiet.
Nav, I love you!
Finn is too loud.
Say to Nav, I love you.
Finn says he loves Nav. I don't know why.
He knows what I mean.
Oh, Nav says that I'm his family. No, I don't know how much wine Finn has got now.
A tiny little bit.
Nav says that Finn is amazing.
Nav, say to Nav, I love him too.
Nav, Finn loves you too, and Finn says, Nav says, Finn, you are amazing, says Nav. Right. Right. They're asking if Finn likes snacks. Well, we don't want Fergie with snacks, no. Fergie is a very wicked woman. Finn laughs like me when I get carried away, but I don't drink, says William Park. There you go. Finn sounds hammered, says Rachel Jones.
I don't disagree.
Jack says Finn is clearly enjoying himself. Harriet is asking if Nav enjoys mini cheddars too, if he's family. Nicole asks a very nasty question: is Finn ever sober? He's often sober, yes. Nav says we love mini cheddars. Does Finn decanter the port when Matthew retires to bed? Well, we haven't got any port here, so we can't decanter port that doesn't exist.
For too long.
Nicola Crompton says all this love is fabulous. Mary T says he should do a sketch of you. No, he needs to do a sketch of the magnets and get it published. And you need to buy the thing. So please hurry up and buy it, because we need to get it sold. So Finn has to finish. And Finn has to move his glass because he'll knock it off, because I don't want broken glass. That would be very nasty. Claudia says, hide the mini cheddars. Well, we would like to have more mini... We don't need any more mini cheddars, sending I've got lots of those. More gin would be very welcome. You know, we are going to run out of gin for Christmas. We're like something from a Dickensian novel, and we're going to die of gin starvation at this rate.
Poisoning.
Pepperoni pizza Doritos are delicious, says Anna Perkins. I think I'll pass on those, but thank you. Oh. Now the phone is ringing. Well, Nav, you can't really ring in the middle of our program. Thank you, Nav. Well, Nav can ring in. Perhaps we can have a ring in. No, too late now. Nav, you could have spoken on the program live, but I don't know how we do that because we're not very good at these kind of things. So, right. When is Min coming back? She won't be coming back. Thank you to Bambi Debonair. Yes, I probably already consumed your number 3, and I did thank you already for your kind gifts. I do mention the kind gifts I do receive when I receive them, but maybe you didn't hear. Thank you. So thank you once again. Harriet wants a Nav on the show, please. Heidi says, love Nav. He always sounds as though he's up to no good. Well, he's been up to no good for most of his life. He's a very naughty person, but he's my naughty person and he's my naughty friend, and I like him very much. So there we go. Right. Mary T, it would cost me export tax to send anything to you. There we go. Bambi Debonair says, what gin would I like for Christmas? Well, it must be my locals here down in Broadstairs. They are obsessed. They are now all converted. Everybody loves number 3. It is the best gin on the planet in the world, words of all the Magneteers. And the Magneteers are a favorite bunch of people, and they love number 3 gin. It is our favorite thing, and my wonderful friend Ronnie Cox, who is the director of spirits at Berry Brothers and Rudd, we love number 3 gin. I think we are the biggest proponents of it, and we have to get it going further on the Isle of Thanet. And today it was available in Waitrose for £30, which is very cheap for a number 3 gin, given it's normally about £40. So we love it. No, David says it is a weepy gin. No. Gin. If gin makes you sad, drink more of it. If gin makes you depressed, there's something wrong with you. Drink more gin. Nav says number 3 gin. Nicole likes Edinburgh gin. Well, it's okay, but we love number 3 gin. Yes, we don't need anything else. Why is it called number 3? Because it's the building number 3, St. James's Street, in the heart of St. James's, near St. James's Palace. That is the headquarters of Berry Brothers and Rudd. Berry Brothers and Rudd is the oldest wine merchant in the entire world. They have a courtyard where the last pistol duel was fought in Britain. It is a wonderful, fascinating, beautiful place. It is somewhere where they have cellars that extend to nearly 2.5 acres underneath. They have amazing things. You can buy your own weight in wine, because they used to have these scales where you could be weighed. And they also have a liqueur, which is fabulous. The most wonderful thing called the King's Ginger, because King Edward VIII did not like slow gin, so they made him a drink that he could drink when he was motoring. They created the first drink-driving drink. So you could drink and drive with this drink. It's called the King's Ginger. It is a ginger liqueur. It is one of my other most delightful things. I love it. And you can put it into a bit of champagne, or if you so wish. I have it generally on the rocks. It is a lovely, lovely drink. Cellars of Berry Brothers, and you can lay down wine there. Yes, it's a wonderful, wonderful place, Berry Brothers and Rudd. If you want to go and visit the most wonderful place in central London, don't go to all these stupid tourist places. Go to Berry Brothers and Rudd, a wonderful, wonderful wine merchant. in the heart of St. James's. I judged cocktail competitions for number 3, and number 3 is the only gin in the world made by a man who has a PhD in gin. I'd say his degree is far more useful than my London School of Economics degree, which has proved to be utterly useless to me because I don't know a thing about economics and I don't know a thing about anything to do with economics, and I'm totally brain dead and completely useless. This man actually had a degree in gin. What a useful thing to know. I wish I'd followed his advice. Anyway, we love Berry Brothers and Rudd. We love number 3 gin. We love the King's Ginger. So please, if you want something wonderful to give to your relatives this Christmas, I have no affiliation. I have no involvement in the company. I only wish I did. We did distribute their whiskey in America when I was involved in Sky Vodka, Cutty Sark whiskey. We had the rights to that, but I'm no longer involved in any of that. But it is the best wine merchant in the entire world, and they make an absolutely wonderful wine. If you like red wine, it's called the Good Ordinary Claret. It's exactly what it says on the tin, and it's affordable, and it's great. And buy a case of that for yourself for Christmas if you like red wine. I am not getting anything out of saying that. I wish I were, but I have to say they are the best in the world. I love other gins, as you know. Fisher's Gin, which is made in Suffolk. My friend makes on the beach, and his little distillery on the beach. Absolutely wonderful gin made with samphire. My friend in the Lake District who makes it with water from the Lakeland Fells, Mr. Gilpin's gin. I like his export strength, his naval strength. Wonderful, wonderful, delightful gin. I love Martin Miller's gin, my late friend who's dead. I love his Westbourne Strength gin. Absolutely great man and wonderful gin. And I like, if you can't get that, go down to your local supermarket, buy a Beefeater, which is cheap, 12 quid a bottle. Nothing wrong with that. Perfectly good gin. Don't ever buy Gordon's. It's crap. It's absolutely disgusting. Buy Tanqueray. Absolutely wonderful. There you go. I've given you a few recommendations at all price levels. There you are. That's what I will always say about gin. There are so many gins out there. Most of them are absolutely disgusting. I tried one once made with lobster, one made with oysters, vile, disgusting. People think that they can, different is better. No, it isn't. Stick with the traditional. Always go with something sensible. And the best gin in the world, in my view, number 3 gin. And we've drunk an awful lot of it in recent weeks because thank you to all the lovely people who've sent us number 3 gin. We hope to get some more. It would be lovely if you sent more. Please do. It will be great to share some more stories over number 3 gin. And let's see, I hope you get to try some. Nav has tried truffle gin. That sounds utterly revolting. But Nav, you do like to be a bit adventurous, and, well, we don't like that. We don't want a Cilla Black gin. No, thank you. We don't need to have a gin in honor of Cilla Black. There is no need for that. Nav says, I would never try the truffle gin. No, I haven't had the Isle of Barra gin. No. Wirral gin, Paulie says, I've never tried it. Manchester gin, mini cheddar gin, Manchester gin, I think I've tried that. I didn't particularly care for it. Mini cheddar gin does not exist. Thank you, Harriet. I don't know how we've got onto a discussion of gin, but gin is in. Gin is a wonderful thing. And I was having a lovely conversation with a local gentleman who was on here last night, and we talked about gin also. So there we are. Someone gave me a Guinness once and Guinness. I don't know what that means. So sorry, a Guinness. I don't know. I think you meant you had a Guinness, perhaps. I don't know. Anyway, we'll leave you to your conversation. Pink gin are nice. Well, the sentence doesn't make sense, and nor does I don't like. I like gin with Angostura bitters, yes, but I don't like gins that are coloured pink when they arrive. No, no, thank you very much. No, please no. Savile orange gin is vile, so it's poorly. Well, anything to do with Jimmy Savile is vile, yes. Gin and Guinness mixed. I don't think that would be a good combination, no. My rhubarb and ginger gin is not going to be a letdown. I like rhubarb and I like ginger, and I like gin, but I don't think you have to put all three of them together. Better off keeping them apart. That would be my advice to you. They say gin is mother's ruin. That's because of Hogarth and because people in England in the 18th century used to drink a pint of gin a day. And that was because the water in London was so polluted that they couldn't drink the water. So they drank what was called bathtub gin. They made it in their baths. And then the mothers were so drunk and out of their minds that Hogarth did drawings of what was called Gin Lane. And in Gin Lane, the mothers were so smashed off their faces that they couldn't even breastfeed their children properly, and etc., etc. And that is why they call it the mother's ruin. So there you go. You learn something new every day. That is a little bit of history. And this gin was so bad that it drove them mad. They literally went bonkers of these people, and they went blind because they were drinking homemade poison, let's be honest. But they were very stupid people, but they were desperate people because the water was equally vile, so that's how it was. Gin is sin. No, I'd say gin is in, not sin. So Mary T, please change your attitude because you're not quite right on that one. But anyway, very nice. And you're laughing that gin kept people alive. Well, it did. Let's be honest. You should go on the course at the V&A Museum. There is a lovely course you can go on. It's about an hour and a half long, and you can go and learn about the history of food and drink in the 18th century, and much of it is about gin. I would recommend you go along and learn about that before you come out with comments. That would be a good idea if you have time. It's a free event that you can go to. It's on certain afternoons in the museum. I've been there and done it myself. It's a lovely, lovely thing that they do at the wonderful Victoria and Albert Museum near South Kensington. A fantastic thing to do. You know, not everything costs money to do in London. You could go and learn something new about food and drink. So I would urge you to go and do that if you have time. Anyway, just a small suggestion. The John Soane Museum. Yes, well, that's another wonderful museum in the heart of central London, and house where I grew up, Wyeside Hall in Lancashire, was built by Sir John, was designed by Sir John. So I have an affinity with Sir John Soane, his museum, and I would recommend in Lincoln's Inn Fields you can go and visit that very museum. So Harriet has brought up that museum. I've no idea where that has been brought up, but I urge you to go there also. He has a wonderful collection of items from Egypt also, and all sorts of manner of things in this beautiful house in Lincoln's Inn Fields where you can go and learn from it. Joanna is from Preston, Lancashire. Well, I grew up very near there, and Finn went to school very near there. I grew up in a place in the north of there, near Gostang. And Finn went to school at the Ampleforth. Oh, Stonyhurst. He went to Stonyhurst.
Clitheroe.
Near Clitheroe, which is not far from there either. So
Gloucester, very close to Gloucester.
yes, so we were all very close, but we didn't know one another back in those days. But
such is life.
Such is life, and the way of the world is that people get brought together at different points in time. William Park says, "I'm in Preston too." So we say hi to William Park.
Going to Preston.
Finn loved going to Preston. So, Nav, we have to go on a visit to Preston, Nav, if you have your automobile, and we can go on a little road trip with Nav and pay a visit to William and anyone else who is in that region. Perhaps we should. He'll bring the AMG. Oh, gosh. We don't need that noisy motor. It's got too much petrol consumption. We'll have to go in a cheaper car. I think we have to do a Jeremy Clarkson type cheaper cars are available. But no, he likes to go in his fancy car, does this Nav. He does like a fancy car. Right. It's me, says, "Hello, Matthew. You look wonderful." Oh, well, you're very generous to say. Nav says we take the Rattler. Oh, well. The price of trains, actually, here we are. Here's my next topic. The price of trains has gone up today. They have got rid of super off-peak fares. This is the latest attempt by this evil government to price us out of travelling. Isn't this an appalling thing? Finn is now wandering around, and I'm making more noise. I do apologise, dear audience. I don't know what he's doing, but he's causing havoc. Now he's found another bottle of my wine. It is absolutely outrageous that they have got rid of affordable train fares, because this is a way to stop us all travelling, because we're all too poor to afford these things, they think, or they just think we'll pay more and be stupid. Now, it is not correct that they've priced ordinary people out of travelling in off-peak times. This is allegedly an attempt to make it easier for us to travel. But as the Daily Mail rightly reported today, this is actually just a way of increasing the fares. So we're all being charged more for nothing for the railways that they don't even bother to run. So tomorrow from Broadstairs, I cannot go on a train. If I wanted to go to London, and one of my friends here in Broadstairs wanted to go to a lunch at the wonderful St. John restaurant, which belongs to a friend of mine, Fergus Henderson, and she cannot go because they're on strike. These lazy bastard people are on strike yet again. They have been on strike now for over a year. So she cannot go to her lunch, her little Christmas lunch with her friends that has been deprived from her. And now the prices are going up yet again. And there's still no end of these strikes in action. These strikes are going to continue into the new year. These overpriced trains that we pay £30 to go to London from here on average. It cost me £31.90 the other day to buy a return ticket. Finn, don't please. Oh, he's going to. Don't press any buttons. He is being very naughty Finn. But it costs £31.90 to take a train, a return journey. It costs £31.80 for a single. How does that work? That's mental. I'm sorry, he's already made noise. I do apologize. He doesn't understand the concept of the lights. there are lights that don't make noise in the bathroom area. Anyway, I do apologize for that. Anyway. He does not listen. Yes. No. Friends and family, you can add a friend on the card. Well, CJ, perhaps you could add me to your card. I don't know what card you're talking about, but I don't have such a card. I did have a network rail card once. Complete con. Waste of time. It didn't make much difference. Absolutely useless. Didn't know oh, I don't know what he's doing, but he's trying to make as much noise as he can. Right, I will honestly kill him when he comes back down here because he is very naughty. Why did you close the door? All the noise you made. You were told not to make the noise. I do apologize for Finn's actions, and Finn will apologize for himself.
I apologize.
Yes, he doesn't realize that he was not meant to make noise in the background, and he knows this. Instead, he scratches at his hat. Bonkers. He wasn't meant to do that. I do apologize. Chili Kareen says he has to sit in the naughty corner. Nav says, Finn, you keep quiet or you'll get hit with a book.
Have you heard many books?
He claims he's been hit with many books. All right.
Not with clasped with many hands.
Angela suggests I build an outside loo for Finn. Well, the house opposite is allegedly going to be coming up for sale in an auction, so we could perhaps buy that and turn it into a bog. Yes, it would be suitable as such because it's not particularly pleasant. But no, it might suit being a bog. There we go. Right. Montecute, I don't know why I come up in a bright orange box. Sorry for the obnoxiousness. I've no idea why Montecute is saying such a thing, but there we go. There's no sign of you in an orange box as far as I'm aware. Mary T, it's kind of okay, is in an orange circle, but I don't know about you. Airbnb and we can all come down. Paulie says Finn is a very bad manservant.
I would love to be Matthew's manservant.
Well, he's being naughty. Yes. When people tag me, the orange box surrounds my name, says Montecute. Bambi would like to club together and buy the house. Oh, right. Well, it would be very nice if you, instead of spending money on getting yourselves surrounded in circles, sent more gin. We'd like more gin to the Magnet because they love number 3 gin at the Magnet. That's very nice. So thank you very much for your kind postage of gin to the Magnet in Albion Street, Broadstairs. That would be a very nice thing to do. Right. I don't know what you're doing about orange boxes, but we don't need any orange boxes. No, thank you. Right. So, anyway, we shall move along. We haven't spoken about. I think we've probably spoken about enough. We're already at 1 hour and 9 minutes. My God, we are going on a little longer than normal. We haven't even got to our quiz. I know some of you don't like our quiz. Now, I'm very disappointed to say that I received complaints from somebody saying that you hate our quiz. Our quiz is something that so many of you enjoy. So the ones of you that don't like our quiz, I'm very sorry to say it, you won't be stopping our quiz. We like our quiz, don't we, Finn? Finn loves the quiz. Nav, do you love our quiz? Andrea loves the quiz. Geraldine loves the quiz. Paulie loves the quiz. Chili Kareen loves the quiz. Montecute loves the quiz. Mary T says no more 5 answers. We won't be doing those. Nicola Crampton loves the quiz. Angela Byrne, formerly ITBC. Mary T, Christina Logan. Right, so you like this quiz. So the ones of you that don't like this quiz and you are complaining about it, I'm terribly sorry to say, you are the weakest links. Goodbye. If you don't like our quiz, there we go. Nav says, I must go to bed now, 5 a.m. start. Love to you all. Safe driving. Well, naughty Nav, perhaps you can come and visit this coming weekend. Come along, Nav. Right, anyway, there we go. Right, so we're going to do another quiz after I've poured myself a bit more red wine because I don't have anything else next to me, and Finn is not helping on the drinks front for me, so I have to pour my own. I wasn't expecting.
I should pour you.
Oh, so Nav is claiming to come this weekend. Oh dear. So we've got Nav coming perhaps this weekend.
I'd like to meet Nav.
Finn would like to meet Nav. Finn has not met Nav. So he says. I don't think they have met. Now, Nav, before you go, Finn would like to meet you. There we go. So
we can have a romance at the local pizzeria.
I don't think we need a romance at the local pizzeria. That is not required. But Finn and Nav could become friends. But tomorrow, since I didn't make it today, I have to go and watch Emerald Fennell's film, Saltburn, which Finn and I may do. Nav says, if he behaves, we shall meet.
I always behave.
He says, I always behave, Nav. So, Nav, you can communicate through a telephone device.
Is Nav a boy or a girl?
Well, Nav is a male person, yes.
Oh, God. I'm looking for a woman.
He's looking for a woman, he says. I think he means a lady.
Yeah.
Very rude of him. Anyway, right, we're going to do our quiz.
For God's sake.
Right, we're going to choose a random page, pot luck. Right, where's my pen? Can you get me a pen? Yes, thank you. He's got to be useful somehow.
Somehow.
There's a pen over there somewhere.
Yes, I am somehow useful.
Oh, right. Right, here we are. Finn is smashed, says Paulie.
Totally.
He says, Nav's perfect for you, Finn. Finn is hilarious, says Chili
Nav
Kareem.
is a man, and I'm looking for a woman. I'm a man of sex.
No, Nav, Finn, be quiet. Come on. What are you doing now?
Being honest.
What are you doing now?
Taking some Pinot Grigio.
We've already got a glass over here.
Yeah, okay. Where have I? Where?
Oh, anyway, he's trying to. He's found another glass. Anyway.
Water.
Right. Right. Which is the only William Shakespeare play to be set in Spain? Is our first question.
Ooh.
It is not Hamlet, and it's not No Idea, and it's not Othello, it's not Falstaff, it's not That's Rather Crass, it's not The Tempest. Harriet tells me that you should lie down on the floor.
I should lie on the floor.
Yes, it's not Savile, it's not Romeo and Juliet. It's not Romeo and Juliet. No, it's not Troilus and Cressida. It's not the Scottish play. Not Double Trouble. It's not Midsummer Night's Dream or As You Like It.
Jesus, that's quite hard.
It's not The Merchant of Venice. No, it's not. No, Finn, don't interrupt the thing. It's not called Ibiza. It's not called Rosa Parks. She was a protester.
Sounds pretty difficult.
It seems you're not capable of answering this question. The answer of the question was... Oh, right. All right. None of your answers. Jack Smith is the winner. Jack Smith gets it with Love's Labour Lost.
Jesus Christ.
Well done to Jack Smith. You're a newbie and you have got a winning answer.
That's a hard one.
Well, question 2 may be even more perplexing to many of you. Edward Woodstock, 14th century Prince of Wales, an eldest son of Edward III, was known by what name? It was not Rolex. I don't think Rolex watches were around in the 3rd century. It's not Longstocking, it's not Bertie. And Kevin Hentz is the winner with a Black Prince. Kevin Hentz, you get the point. Well done to Kevin Hentz. Another newbie. Oh, good. We're getting variety is the spice of life with winners tonight. Fraulein, have my children by any chance been climbing trees today is a line from which classic musical film? The hills are alive with them. The winner is Nicole. No, it is not Nicole. The winner is Paulie with Sound of Music. The hills are alive with the sound of music. Well done to Paulie. Nicole nearly got there, but didn't quite make it. Paulie got there first. Question 4. Although its name was initially an unrelated abbreviation, which Italian car manufacturer's name is also a word for an arbitrary order or decree. Angela Byrne is the winner. Well done to Angela, who says Fiat. The Elkin family, lovely, dear friends, delightful people. Lapo Elkin was a very good friend of mine. They also had Chrysler, amongst other companies at one point. So Ferrari and many other businesses. So lovely people. Great family, brilliant business people. Question 5. Before being renamed after the late President John F. Kennedy, New York International Airport was known as what? What was the original name of JFK Airport? It was not LaGuardia. It was not Fiorella. It wasn't Lagarde. But Kevin Hentz gets yet another point. Well done, Kevin Hentz, who gets Idlewild. That was the name of the airport. I didn't know that myself. That's a new one on me. JFK, I will now think of Idlewild. Who was the operator of the Magic Roundabout? It wasn't Florence, it wasn't Dylan, it wasn't Mr. Henry, it wasn't Zebedee, it wasn't Bingo. It was, however, It's Me, Mr. Rusty. It's Me gets the point with Mr. Rusty. Well done to another new entrant. Tonight we seem to be having new entrants to our quiz. which proves our quiz is not a fake, because so many of you have moaned and groaned and said this is all a fix. Well, tonight's entrants are proving that the old entrants are not fastest fingers first. They are not the weakest links. They are the strongest links. So please stop complaining about this quiz. If you don't like this quiz, you don't have to join in. If you don't like it, bog off. But the ones of you that do enjoy it, thank you for your participation. It is much appreciated. Right, question number 7. Which American city is the setting for the 1987 film RoboCop? And thank you to Sandy D's Nuts for your £4.99 donation. That's very kind of you. I don't think I've had a donation in quite a while, so £4.99 from Sandy D's Nuts. That's very kind of you. The winner of this particular point, however, is not Sandy D's Nuts. The winner is Panch H. So another new entrant wins the point with Detroit. Well done to Panch H. Well done to Panch H. The answer is Detroit. Question 8. In 2000, which London club won the last FA Cup final held at the old Wembley Stadium? Right. It was not Arsenal or Spurs. It wasn't Man United. It wasn't Fulham. The donation link is now found at the bottom of the chat. That's why you're getting money. Sorry for shouting, says Harriet. I have no idea. People do send the odd occasional one of these super chat things. I don't know quite how it works, but I do try and say thank you to everybody who kindly sends me things. That's very kind of you. It's very kind of you, and I've no idea how it works. I don't know. I'm not an expert, but the answer to the question is Chelsea. So the first person to say Chelsea, right, was not Who Cares. Well, Geraldine Jones, another newbie, gets the point with Chelsea. Geraldine Jones. Thank you, Geraldine. You are the winner of the point. So tonight we have a very mixed bag of winners. I don't think we have any outstanding winner chicken dinner yet. Right, question number 9. In the 1973 version of Robin Hood, which animal represents Robin? Paulie gets the point with a fox. Well done to Paulie. Paulie is the winner of the point. Your halfway house question. Number 10. Which type of insect is a Kentish glory? A Kentish glory. It is not a fly, but it is a butterfly. So Anna Perkins gets the point. Well done to Anna Perkins. Question 11. In the name of the Russian spacecraft, what does Soyuz mean? Soyuz. Soyuz. It does not mean unreal or go away. It doesn't mean traveler. It's me gets the point. It's me wins yet again with a union. Well done to it's me with an exclamation mark. I find the overuse of an exclamation mark a little annoying, but anyway, well done to it's me with an exclamation mark. Right. Question 12. In which 1973 James Bond film starring Roger Moore does actress Jane Seymour play a solitaire? No, it's not called No Parking. It's not called Goldeneye. And it's not called From Russia with Love. The answer is Live and Let Die. And the winner is Mary T. Another new winner. Mary T. Well done to Mary T. At this rate, we're going to have lots of you in our little final round. If you carry on, if we can't get some outstanding winner here who's faster than the rest, then we could be stuck with going on with further questions. Question 13. Which English author drowned in 1941 by filling her pockets with stones and walking into the River Ouse? Montecute is the winner with Virginia Woolf. What a horrible way to die. What a terrible thing to do. I came across somebody the other day who I bought a sculpture from, sitting right next to me right now, whose husband did a similar thing on Lake Como and drowned himself after burning down his house. That was kind of a rather bizarre thing. So, to drown yourself with stones in your pockets, that's a terrible thing to do. But Virginia Woolf did do that in the River Ouse in 1941. This person did it more recently. I don't think we want to think any more about that. Right. Question 14. How many red stripes are there on the national flag of Thailand? There are not 3 or 5. The fastest finger first was Bambi Debonair with 2. Well done to Bambi Debonair. Lots of you came in very quickly, but Bambi Debonair is the winner on this particular occasion. Right, question 15. Which poet was buried upright in Westminster Abbey in 1637? Which poet was buried upright? We need the full name. It was not Shelley, it wasn't Chaucer, it wasn't Thomas More, it wasn't Polly, it wasn't Keats, it was Ben Jonson. It's Me gets another point. I think It's Me is doing rather well tonight. Well done to It's Me on yet another victory. I think It's Me is one of our leading people. It was certainly not Anthea Turner. She's not a poet, and she definitely does know it. She is nothing other than swinging into action, and we don't want to see her swinging into action in Westminster Cathedral. We'd rather not see Holly, Golly, Wally, Dolly, whatever her name is, Golightly, Willoughby, queue jumping at monarchs' funerals in Westminster Abbey, along with Philip Schofield. So we don't want any more of that. Thank you very much. So, question 16. The Rum Rebellion of 1808 was the first and only successful military coup in the history of which country? It wasn't Boris Johnson, it wasn't Jamaica, it was Australia, and the winner is a new winner, yes, another new winner, Jack. We welcome all our new participants to our quiz. So clearly, in spite of some of you who hate our quiz and you think it's boring and turn off, we seem to be getting a ever-growing audience who join in. And isn't this a lovely educational experience? So thank you to Jack, a great winner of our quiz. Right. Now, question 17. Tobermory is the capital of which Scottish island? A place I have spent many times visiting. Yes, a lovely place. And Sandy's D's Nuts, a new one for tonight, wins with Mull straight away. Mull is a lovely place to visit, so I recommend you go there. Nothing wrong with a visit to Mull. No, anyway, it's not the Isle of Skye. It's not Wigan. Trevor, whoever you are, please. It's not Wigan. How silly. Right. Now, this sounds a little offensive, but it is a question that I shall ask it. A slippery dick is what type of creature? Rose Bodane gets the point with fish. Well done to Rose Bodane. Rose Bodane is the winner. And now we're on to a question, our penultimate question, number 19, which concerns Finn's parents. Since at a dinner party the other evening, we spent half the evening discussing this very painting. This is a painting that I do have a postcard sitting right above me of. Finn, do you see the postcard?
Yes.
Can you please go and get the postcard?
Okay.
I need the postcard. No, not your postcard. The postcard on the clock in front of you.
That one.
Yes. He's attacked me with a Kentish pip. Right. So we are talking about this very painting. No, we're not actually. No, this is not the one. Sorry, I've got the wrong picture here. But I did have the same. I had the other picture. Where is the other one? Have you got the other one?
Mm-hmm.
We've lost it. Anyway, it's a very similar thing. It's painted by the very same painter. Anyway, Nighthawks is the best known work of which American artist? I'm very sorry to say this picture is not Nighthawks, but this is by the very same artist. Right. I don't know what happened to my Nighthawks picture, but it's disappeared. Finn has kindly brought me a postcard someone did give me by Edward Hopper, who is the person, but that is not the picture in question. I don't know where it's gone. It was on the door of my cupboard, but I don't know where it's disappeared to. It was not Rolf Harris. No Finn, no water, no noise. So the winner on this occasion is right. It's not Cilla Black. It's not the girl with the pearl earring. It's not the Mona Lisa. It's not a TV presenter or an eel. Right. So the first person to say Hopper is Mary T. So Mary T is correct. Hopper, and I'm very sorry we don't have the proper picture, but there is a picture also by the same artist. And that was sent to me on the 13th of November 2020. So, yes, I don't know what happened to my other one, but I did have it. It disappeared. If it's out there, please send it back to me. Thank you. Anyway, so your final question is on a 1982 edition of Top of the Pops. Dexy's Midnight runners performed in front of a picture of which darts player? It was not Come On Eileen, and It's Me wins the point with Jockey Wilson. So we thank It's Me. Now, could our person, it is him to death, so, but thank God they did, because then he didn't kill anybody else. He was an evil, vile man, and I didn't know him personally, but I was in the car with a policeman. I was driving the car, and we had to go and collect something. That's a story for a day. But anyway, right. Is our quiz mistress going to give us any kind of answer as to who won this quiz? I have no idea, but I think that we are waiting, but they're going on about this buffering. We need a tiebreaker between Mary T and Kevin Hentz. Right. Tiebreaker situation. So I choose a random question from a random page, and right. Whichever of you gets this first gets to win. Right. I will choose a question that I think is relevant. It doesn't matter what page it comes from or what question it is, really. Right. Rihanna had a 2007 hit with what piece of weatherproofing equipment? An easy question to answer. She made it rain all year. Nicola Crompton gets the point with umbrella. Kevin Hentz gets the point with umbrella. Jill Williams gets the point. Yeah, you're meant to be. Kevin Hentz wins, okay? Kevin Hentz wins, but there we go. Right. I've no idea what all this problem with this matter is, but I say I can only judge the order that the answers come in on. And I've no idea what buffering means, no interest in that. That's probably down to your own computers. So well done to Kevin, and correct answers to Kevin. Harry Giles has no buffering. Yes, Paulie says fastest fingers first is correct. Yes. If you wish to join in this quiz, please don't moan about it. You either join in with it the way it is, or you don't bother. I'm not some kind of ITV, BBC news channel. I have no ability to control the order in which I see things on my screen. So there we go. I am not prepared to change the format of what I do for the sake of a load of whinging, whining people. So either you like it or you lump it. So bog off if you don't like it. And as for the rest of you, thank you so much for your kind participation. You are wonderful, you're delightful and great. There is no need to moan, there is no need to groan. Just be happy in your lives. Just enjoy yourselves. We're not doing this for anything other than a bit of fun. So there we go. I don't think we need to have all this complaint. And if you want to go under Rihanna's umbrella, please go and get soaked. Okay. So there's the rules, says Mary T. Quite correct, Mary T. Harriet says, shut down the chat. I have no idea how to shut down the chat other than I close the program and it just closes eventually. That is how it works. So I have to close it the way I have to close it. It takes some time for it to close down. So don't worry too much about that. It's all fun, says Julie. And Kevin says cheers. And Jack says, let them complain. I will say the same. Right. Anna Perkins says, shut down the chat equals no chit quiz. Well, no. Please make sure you turn off the chat when you close down the program. I have no idea how to stop it other than I close down the program. That is what we do. I just close the program. It's called end the stream, and that is what I do. It is a perfectly legitimate way to end this. So, singing in the rain, there we go. Anyway, I hope you all have had a wonderful evening. Thank you very much for your participation. We should say thank you very much to you all, and we shall say good night and good gardening to you all. And as the late, great Jill Dando once said, don't have nightmares. Take care. Good night. Thank you very much to you all. And Finn would like to say,
hello, everybody.
No, you meant to say good night.
Good night and good luck.
I do apologize. He was meant to say good night, but he has his own way of doing things because he is Finn. So, we have to let Finn say good night in his own fashion. So, I'm sorry to say it again. I have to say good night, good gardening, and as the late great Jill Dando would say, don't have nightmares. Sleep well, take care, pip pip.